Welcome back, gents. Congratulations on the win today. JJ, it started a little rough. I'm sure you were a little nervous. Trent's going to get a lot of stick and everything else, but you bounced back impeccably well, pick up your first 3 points of the season, and looks strong for large parts.
Yeah, man. I mean, getting into obviously the game, I thought it would Liverpool come with a performance straight away, especially off the back of obviously the whole Chelsea game and knowing that it's the first game at Anfield. That first 10 minutes, it looked like we had just carried on from the Chelsea game. Honestly, one ball over the top causing issues, poor touches from Trent in the middle of the park. I knew. I mean, the grilling was coming from everyone. But as soon as we kind of got a foot into the game and got the equaliser, we started to just probe about a bit. We started to probe about, get on the ball a bit more. The game settled down a bit, and I think Bournemouth just couldn't keep up the intensity that they were trying to start with. I think they were hoping on going on getting 1 or 2 goals and then trying to, hold off for that result. After that, obviously, it was just a good performance from Liverpool. I mean, look, there were areas that I still think Liverpool need to be look at and be like, look, this can't carry on in the next game. Like, we're coming up against Newcastle next. There's certain errors and certain mistakes in little areas of the pitch that we need to kind of address. But overall, good performance. And yeah, move on to the next game, man.
Yeah, I agree. Stro, would you echo that message?
Yeah, I mean, let's just go back to the first 10 minutes first and foremost. So, as is what's been said, one ball over the top. I don't know what Allison's doing for the goal that gets disallowed. I've no idea why he's in the position that he's in. That then has a knock-on effect to the Trent situation in terms of the confidence is just shot all over the place for the first 5-10 minutes. Heavy touch from Trent. It's poor defending. Even then, though, Robertson's got enough opportunity to go through the ball and the man and get rid of it, and it's half-arsed. And then it ends up bouncing back to the Bournemouth player, and he slots it away nicely. But going forward, and after that we started to get a foothold in the game. Szoboszlai was unbelievable today. What a home debut that was. The bit at the end where he's got 2 men on the sideline and he knocks it past both of them and he's just got power in his legs. He's going to be so fun to watch this season. Diaz starting to get back to the same player he was before he had the injury in terms of, let's just go back to the goal that he scored, right? Everyone knows him as a street footballer. That's a street football goal. A little dink up and a little finish he's going to cause so much damage this season if he stays fit. Hopefully the injury isn't too bad and we just took him off as a precaution. But look, there's definite areas which we need to improve on going into that Newcastle game. McAllister it's a disgrace. And you wonder why referees and officials don't get picked for big competitions in terms of UEFA and FIFA, because English, honestly, it's so bad, the level that we've got in terms of refereeing. How on earth that's gone to VAR and they've gone, that is a red card, keep the decision, is an absolute disgrace, by the way. Awful decision. So he's going to be missing for 3 games, right? Liverpool now have a choice in terms of, we have to go and get a Decore. We have to get a defensive midfielder for that Newcastle game. Yes, we've just got Endo, but he looks like a Milner replacement. It's a big game to throw him in. We need experience in there, and I'm concerned going into that Newcastle game now in terms of McAllister's missing. What kind of frailties are going to show from next season? But yeah, it's a good win. I thought we absolutely dominated especially in the second half. We were all over him, and we could have scored more if we wanted to.
I agree, and Samuel, just on that, starting off with the red card. I mean, that is probably what could cost you more in the more short term with McAllister missing. And that we saw the penalty last week that Wolves should have had against Man United. We've seen another one now. We're less than 2 games in to the Premier League for all clubs, and we've already seen 2 decisions that could genuinely damage the seasons for clubs.
Do you know what? The red card was ridiculous. I saw it again and I was like, you got a red card for a 50-50 challenge. That does not make sense. And even the tackle, it wasn't even that deep to a point where I just thought, it's going to be a yellow card. As soon as he came out red, I was like, for what? So we're going to see many of these kind of tackles in the league this season. So you're going to give a red to all of them? I genuinely don't get it. People are talking about the pen as well. I don't think the pen, it was soft. I'm gonna admit it was soft, but I can see when referees will give it and referees won't give it. But Szoboszlai today was brilliant. Szoboszlai today was absolutely brilliant. I can't even lie to you. Also, Robertson. I've criticised him. I've criticised him a lot about him going up, pressing needlessly, leaving Van Dijk and Konate behind. And stuff. But he actually stayed disciplined today. He did stay disciplined last week against Chelsea, but it was another good performance for him today. Also, last week about sorry. Also,
yeah, it's all right. We've all got families.
I know it's family. Also, last week about with Robertson, people want a left-sided centre back, right? I believe we should still get him. But if Robertson stays disciplined, defensively, Robertson is good. I won't lie to you. Robertson is good defensively. So, and what we need right now is a DM. We need a DM right now. Endo coming on, and I know Terry, you said that, what's it called? Endo, you can't really look at him because of the situation that he came on and played in. But for me, Endo, even in little bits, he was making tackles. I was like, oh my word, we actually got a CDM. Now, maybe it's because we were down bad, so down bad that we haven't had a CDM in so long, but it's kind of like, it's refreshing to have a guy like Endo there. So if we're going to get a Decore, if we're going to get somebody else out, just spend the money and get a DM, because it makes the system a lot more better. It's not perfect, but it makes the system a lot more better with a DM.
Yeah, I thought the Robertson situation, I think the reason why Robertson looked better than he did against Chelsea is because he was able to go and get forward. Robertson's always better when you can go and get forward, be on the front foot, get on over 1-2s and overlaps. And we're saying he was disciplined. A lot of the time, we were defending with a 2 because Bournemouth allowed us to go and do that. I think the issue is when we go and the balls are going over the top and we're under the cosh a bit and we're being caught out or we're being countered, then he's out of position. And it means that the whole back line looks disjointed because you've got Robertson that's mad high, you've got Trent that's inverted, and we're defending essentially with a 2. And we've had no DM for the last couple of games. So I think Robertson will always look good in games where we've got a lot of control because Robertson will be able to get forward. And I think I think Klopp's telling him to get forward regardless. I think the whole idea of him being ill-disciplined, even though I think we should get a left-sided centre-back, I think it's Klopp telling him, look, you're better going forward than just sitting back. You're not great at getting on the ball and getting in half spaces and dictating from deep. We need you to be that outlet out wide when Diaz comes inside. So it's
respectfully, I have to disagree with that one. I won't ever lie to you. I will have to disagree. And the only reason why is because from the past, I think it was a pre-season game, Klopp came out and said, we can't have 2 fullbacks going high up the pitch. So I actually don't think Klopp is actually telling Robertson to do that all the time. If you get what I'm saying.
No, not all the time. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. No.
Okay, cool. But the reason why I'm praising Robertson, because he was actually making defensively today good decisions. Defensively, he was making good decisions, which I haven't seen before from him, especially in the pre-season games and in the Chelsea game as well. So that's why I'm saying he's been stable this game. I know it's against Bournemouth, but us, like, how would I put it? Again, I go back to the thing about the CDM. Us getting a proper CDM to cover, to fill in the gaps, because you can see with McAllister, very good going forward. Very, very good going forward. He's passing, his ball retention, everything. But when he's tracking runners, and he's not a CDM, he's not a loaded CDM, so you can't blame me for him. But when he's runners are going past him, he's not tracking the runners. Even a little bit with Endo. I was watching Endo very closely. He was tracking runners. He was going into the centre back position when what's his name, Trent or Konate was going out wide on the right. So it's these little things that helps us a lot with it. So again, my overall point is get the CDM. We've got how many weeks in the window left? Get the CDM as soon as possible, and then we can start moving forward. But that first 20 minutes was horrible.
Yeah, a lot of people.